Scratching them up, head scratchers abound. Head scratcher 31 here. My morning scratcher for the Calvinist, for the Reformed, sometimes hyper, sometimes not hyper. The Reformed position under TULIP, T stands for total depravity, meaning man is totally bent, broken, pushed so far into his evil, fleshy ways that he can never hear or respond to the gospel. He can't be compelled by human means. The L stands for limited atonement because his blood was spilled on a limited basis, or his blood was spilled but doesn't cover all men, doesn't give all men the opportunity to freely respond. So, quick head scratcher right here. You can see it on the screen. Scratcher 1. Why is there no clear teaching, and why is there no clear teaching twice about the depravity and the inability to think, or the inability to reason, or the inability to hear spiritual words and believe them, especially when you've got verses like Romans 10:17, faith comes by hearing. Wait a second. Is it faith by regeneration in a secret manner, or faith by irresistible means that you can't see or you don't really know took place? Or is it faith comes by hearing? What about all the signs? Why did God perform signs, or I should say Jesus, if we're totally unable to see or hear as reprobate men? Head scratcher 2. I'm always wondering if half of the Bible is not a lie. So, Calvinists, please answer my questions if you can, such as when Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and no man come to the Father but through me. But if everybody's created unable to respond, no ability, is this a lie of God? Is Jesus not the way, or is he the way? And can Jesus actually say he's the way if more than half of mankind is totally decreed to not be able to, or there were born with incapacity to believe? Again, you can read some of my words. I get off track a little bit. So the words from Jesus' mouth cease to be true. They're not true for anybody. They're not true for the person listening to these words on Sunday, the man who reads the Bible, the man walking down the street in front of a homeless shelter where the homeless guy says, hey, I've got this Bible tract and I believe in Jesus. And then you can read it, and these verses are here. They're not true. So does this make Jesus a liar? Okay. Does it cease to be the good news? Remember, Calvinism would have to say, I am the way, the truth, and the life, but only for the elect, only for a special, selected, predetermined, for no Bible-given reason, but they're chosen and they're elect, and for them, Jesus is the way. I mean, the Bible doesn't say any of those stuff. Again, you can read on your own. The life, it is making him out to be a liar. 1 John 1:10. Whoa, that's not good. Because people read that and they think, well, I don't want to be a liar. They think that they're reading it for themselves. But in a way, when Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and any reader reads those words, it's not true for everyone. Not on Calvinism. So that's my head scratcher. Can Jesus say those things and actually be someone we can trust?